Hey guys, my name is Steve and welcome to AEAC Vlog. If you're new around here, that's cool, me too. This is actually a sister channel to my primary YouTube channel, the Airgun Exploration and Advancement channel, otherwise known as AEAC Home. Over there you will get full in-depth product reviews as well as around the world event coverage. But this here channel is my opportunity to get in front of you, slow things down a little bit, and bring you guys in on some learning, discovery, and approach as I receive these products and make my way towards a full review of them over on AEAC Home. Now this here is the Weihrauch HW110 pre-charged pneumatic carbine, and it comes to us from Germany. And it could quite possibly be one of the very best, if not the best choice out there on the market today for those of you guys looking to take your first step into a high-end pre-charged pneumatic. Now I promise we will circle back and I will drill down on that and tell you why, but first let me give you kind of a blanketing overview of the gun itself. Okay, you're in about the $1,000 price point here. This is a gun that does very well to compete with $1,500 and $2,000 pre-charged pneumatics. It measures just 38.5 inches long, tip to tip, so it's nice and short. By itself, it weighs 7 pounds, so it's nice and light. As you see it decked out here and ready to shoot, it comes in at about 8.7, and it is very well balanced, so is a very appropriate when it comes to weight. Now the gun itself is a side lever cocking action, and it is repeating, and it will come with a couple of 10-shot magazines. Now here in the United States, they're available in just 177 and 22, I believe. But I think in some other countries, you can probably also get this in .20 because I was on Weihrauch's website last night and they claim that they make them. Now speaking of Weihrauch, however we say it, I promise y'all I am going to figure that out because I have received an invitation to visit their booth and cover their booth at SHOT Show in Las Vegas next month. And I promise you that is going to be one of the very first things I am going to ask them so that I and you and the rest of the airgun community presumably will know how to pronounce their name going forward, right? Now I do want to spend a little bit of time talking about their stock, right? Now it looks synthetic. This is the only configuration it comes in, but this is not a synthetic stock. This is actually a wood stock that is coated in a black soft touch material. And to me, this feels very much the same and looks very much the same as the soft touch coating you're gonna see on Daystate, Brocock, and FX, so very nice high-end air guns. And being that they put it on wood, it does very well to absorb vibration. It feels very good in the cold, on the face, and on the fingers. And it just has a very nice overall feel to it. And it is ambidextrous. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is a right-handed version as far as the cocking goes, but around the world, I don't think so in the United States. This is also available in left-handed cocking. You're just gonna have to check with your dealer, all right? Now, it works kind of like this. Just open up the cocking arm. That cycles the magazine. Push it forward. This is a manual safety here on the side, which just flips up and down. It's kind of a dual manual safety. It's somehow connected in between with a lever. And the trigger is, how do I put this? Freaking amazing and perfect right out of the box. Okay, guys? Now, the owner's manual that ships with the gun actually refers to this trigger as a dual stage match grade trigger that is adjustable, and it is dual stage, and it is match grade. But the manual doesn't give you instructions on how to adjust it. It actually recommends that you leave it as is or take it to a qualified dealer, distributor, or gunsmith to make the adjustments. But that being said, it needs absolutely nothing. There's the first stage, and there's the second stage break. And I'm guessing that's at a pound-ish, if that, so all good going on there. Now the 110 carbine does ship with a factory installed moderator, so it's nice and quiet, and it even comes with a weaver rail up on top. All right, now you're going to see a lot of polymer mixed in with this gun, so it kind of has a nice high-end tactical feel to it. The barrel band up here on the front does a very nice job of keeping the barrel secure. So if you bump this when you're in the woods or brush, you know, it shouldn't knock off your point of impact. Like I said, the weaver mount up here is also polymer. And all of this stuff just looks really good mixed in here. And to me, it gives it more of a high-end feel. All right. So what's it like to shoot the HW110? Well, if you joined us a couple of weeks back, right before Christmas, when I reviewed its little baby brother, the HW44, I referred to this gun as being very docile, very gentle in its interface with the shooter. And what I mean by that, is it communicates refinement. Everywhere that you touch it, cock it, shoot it, you know, in regards to the little clicks and the clacks and the snicks and the snacks and even in its vibration. There's just a huge level of refinement here. It's just very, very gentle. As you saw, I'll just leave it right here on the stand and shoot it, and there's just not a whole lot going on. So it is a very enjoyable, peaceful, quiet shoot, all right? All right, so earlier on I made the claim that this is probably one of the best choices for you out there if you're looking to take your first step up into a high-end pre-charged pneumatic, and that is not just because of its $1,000 price point, right? Now this is trying to compete with $1,500 and $2,000 air guns and does so very nicely, but my opinion kind of drills down on the efficiency of this gun, and let me tell you what I mean. The air reservoir for the 110 is only 170 cc's, okay? And its max fill pressure is 200 bar, and its operating pressure is about 100 bar down to 100 bar, okay? So if you're looking to take that jump and you're concerned that you may have to buy high-end or the high-end fill equipment, compressors, SCBA tanks that typically come along with that buying decision, okay, you really don't need to do that with this gun. This is a gun that will be very happy living with a hand pump or an owner that owns a hand pump, because all you have to worry about is bringing this very smallish sized reservoir back up to 200 bar, shooting it down to 100 bar, and refilling whatever percentage of that 100 cc's that you need to get back up and running. And that by itself, married to all of this wonderfulness, is just a total home run. Now this gun is regulated, which makes all of that filling even better and more efficient, okay? Now in my testing of it over the last couple of days learning, I'm getting 35 shots-ish on the regulator with 18 to 14 grain ammo, kind of in that window. And I am seeing extreme spreads across 35 shots, 20 feet per second-ish. Standard deviations in the 3 to 4 feet per second-ish. And what that means to you is that this gun is going to perform very well and very consistently without pellet drops out at distances like 50 and 100 yards. Now, power is also on the docile side, but that's okay because that contributes to less noise, more efficiency, and a more pleasant and easier to shoot well shooting experience. And it's still got plenty. We're talking like 25 foot-pounds-ish at the muzzle. It gets there by pushing an 18 grain to 789-ish. Or a 14 grain to 855-ish, and again for about 35 good shots, right? Now the accuracy, like baby brother here, this gun at 50 yards was shooting dimers for me, no problem, as long as the wind was down, and I have all the expectations in the world that big brother is going to perform equally as well, and let me show you why. When I was doing my homework at 25 yards and culling pellets, getting ready for my big review and test day, okay, whatever barrel or however Weihrauch is making their barrels, they're doing a very good job of it. They almost remind me of the hammer forged barrels that you'll see in a BSA, in that they're very forgiving to a lot of different types of pellet brands, and they're highly accurate, and they tend not to foul. Like you can just shoot them and shoot them and shoot them and shoot them without having to clean. And that was my experience with this gun. I will say, on the note of shooting and shooting and shooting, it did take about 300 shots for this regulator to settle down. I was getting some spikes in that shot chart before it finally did, but once it did, it was all good, okay? But let me turn this around. This will help you see a little bit better. But that's a 5-shot group at 25 yards. That's a 5-shot group at 25 yards. That's a 5-shot group at 25 yards. So these are probably the pellets I'm going to bring out and try at 50 and 100. They're the JSB 18 grain, the JSB 14 35, and it really liked these Air Arms 16 grains, but for whatever reason, I couldn't get it to like the JSB 1589s, but what the heck, that's air gunning, right? But when you look at this overall, over a lot of different types of pellet, this gun is very capable of shooting dimers consistently out to 25 yards, and it even very much did well with the lighter weight alloys, the Predator GTOs, and it liked the Crossman Premiers that you can pick up at Walmart that are very reasonably priced. So it's just got so much going for it. When you marry that efficiency to that regulatedness, to that hand pump friendliness, to the good power, you know, to just all the greatness that's going on, the forgiving, incredibly accurate barrel. It's just a lot of gun going on here for $1,000, especially when you start getting into soft touch, you know, wood, guys. That's big boy stuff, right? Now, it's very easy to refill. It'll come with this little proprietary fill probe. You just pull out the little plug here. The manometer's on the end, and you just stick it in there. Now, this is kind of like what they call a quick fill system, meaning if you were using high pressure air from an SCBA tank, it's going to want to rush in here and fill up this quick, so go slowly, but it probably makes it fantastic for hand pumpers. All right. Now, before I go on and just probably keep telling you too much, I think I'm going to break and just pause it right there. And we'll drill down on some of this other stuff when we get into the full review. I plan on going out this weekend. I'm supposed to have good weather Saturday and Sunday, and then it's going to get really windy starting into Monday, and it's really windy today, so it's a fantastic day to shoot a vlog and hang out with you guys. So, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope this brightened your day, and I will look forward to seeing you guys again very soon, here shortly.